Okay. What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Big win by them boys. 113 to 111. The Big Cat, 32 rebounds, 32 points, 18 rebounds. The captain, Jalen Brunson, 22 points and 12 assists. Disgusting game once again, right? A nasty game. A gutsy win by this team. Bouncing back from this long week of this all-star break. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Big task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys, 113 to 111. The Big Cat, 32 points, 18 rebounds. On Dios. Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Disc Rover. Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live. Big win for the boys, 113 to 111. BQ from BK. Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys, 113 to 111. The captain, 22 points, 12 assists. I thought the Knicks were going to lose. LV's just being honest. I thought we were going to lose. We just did not have it today. Of course, being down on Top Guns. Knicks 100 GM, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rock with LV Live. Big win for the boys, 113 to 111. Being down on Top Guns. Two of our Top Guns, right? Josh Hart and, of course, OG Anunoby. I didn't think we were going to win this game. It's just something in me. I just said, I don't know, man. Coming back from the All-Star break, I knew it was going to be like a hangover, man. And that's what it was for both teams. Start off the game, both teams shooting terrible from the field. 29% and 32% in that first half. I think it was the first quarter. It was just disgusting basketball. Like nasty. Guys just running down, shooting jumpers, shooting threes. It looked like open run at 24-hour fitness. That's what it looked like to me. And I was saying to myself, okay, look, is anybody going to go to the rack? We're going to finish the layup. What are you going to do? And then the second half, people started cooking, right? Of course, the Big Cat, 20 big points for him in that third quarter, which was big for the Knicks. But the Knicks couldn't shake these guys, right? They would go up 13. They would go up 11, 7, 8, 9. That was the ball game. Like, they just could not shake these guys. But it was the supporting cast to me that was big, right? The Big Cat was huge, and, of course, the captain. But Deuce was big tonight. The return of Deuce. It was great seeing him look like the old Deuce, right? 9 for 19 from the field, 5 for 12 from 3. He had 23 points tonight. But check it out, guys. 3 blocks and 3 steals. The return of Deuce. This is the guy we saw last year. And I felt that his game looked like him. He looked like he was trying too much. He was looking for that open 3, which was big. So he was money for us today. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, CLV, he should be starting. Everybody chill. Pump the brakes, man. Like, he should not be starting. It's better him coming off the bench, giving that offensive punch. Now, based on how he plays, does he close the game? That could be an option, too, because defensively, we know what he brings. But big game from him. I thought it was also a big game from Precious Achiuwa. I thought he played exceptional today. Exceptional. I thought he came up with a lot of big plays. You know, I just thought Precious played extremely well. He had 11 points. He had 9 rebounds tonight. 3 steals from Precious. I thought he played great. But what about Hawk Porter, man, coming off the bench? What about him? Guys, listen. I'm going to talk about him later. But there's no question this guy should have been playing more. Like, come on, man. I don't want to hear no more talk about him and what. No, he should be playing. Even when Mitch comes back, he should be playing. Because there may be some games you want to rest Mitch. You got to play this guy. I love what he brings, man. But he's been doing that all year. Like, so once again, I'm going to touch on him in a minute. But all in all, man, great team win, great gutsy win, man. What about Mikal Bridges, man? 10 boards for him tonight. His numbers were exceptional as well. I thought he was extremely, extremely good. He had his moments. Of course, he started off a little rusty, but everybody started off rusty, man. They're coming back from the All-Star break. I thought everybody just looked rusty, man. I didn't think anybody looked good at all. At all. But it's okay. It happens, right? This is what happens when you're coming back from a long week. A lot of these guys are probably just flew in a couple of days ago. Remember, Josh Hart was in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. So I just think that, guys are getting back, man. Deuce might have been in Bermuda. Campaign might have been down in, Cabo or something like that. What do you think Precious went? I think Precious might have went to Jamaica, man. Something wild. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. These guys were out enjoying themselves, and they came back with a hangover. Big time. But to me, what I love about this win is that even though we weren't at our best, because we weren't, guys, let's be honest. We weren't at our best at all. I thought that we were still able to pull out a great victory because we had to dig deep for this one. Now, yes, the Bulls stink. We get it. They're not that good of a team. We understand that. But they're still an NBA team. Still coming back from a hangover. But I thought that we're showing a lot of like hunger, man. And like just really, really passionate about really going about winning these games. It's like we're digging deep. And I love to see that, man, because you're going to need this type of mentality, this type of way of doing things when you're chasing the championship. You know what I mean? When you're going after, and that's the goal for this team. I don't think they're going to get it, but I'm just saying these are characteristics that a lot of those teams develop. Tough game, but listen, we came out with the dub, man. And to me, that's all that matters. Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 113 to 111. The Big Cat, 32 points, 18 balls. Now, Cat started off a little shaky, right? I think he was 1 for 10 in the first quarter. Like, it was bad. I mean, everybody was bad, but I thought he was really bad. But you could tell that it's just guys getting back their rhythm, man. So for me, it wasn't that big of a deal. But for me, what I love the most from Cat is the way he bounced back in that third quarter. 20 big points from him. He was really what kind of gave us that boost in that third quarter. And once again, man, he's just showing like a different type of he's giving us a different element here, right? The thing with Cat, what makes him so great is the fact that he makes everybody better, and offensively, we're just on a different level. Like we just are. And the reason why I say that is because when you insert him in that lineup, it just does wonders for us offensively. And so now everyone else feeds off of him because he's the threat. Brunson is Brunson, don't get me wrong, but everybody feeds off of him. So now with him shooting that three, with him going to the rack, it just spreads everything out, man. That 5-out spread. That's why we're second best offense in the league. I think we're the best offense, but that's just me being biased. But I'm just saying, it changes everything. So when he's out there putting up numbers like this, 32 and 18, man, it's beautiful to see, man. You got to really give him like a tip of the cap, man. I mean, he's exceptional, man. He's exceptional. And I keep on stressing that because think of, guys, what we were before when Brunson had to sit down last year. Everyone was like, okay, what are we going to do with these non-Brunson minutes? Now you're not thinking about it. Now you're not, because that third quarter comes. Cat sits down early in that third, or later, and he comes back in. Excuse me, I'm sorry how it goes. In the first, he sits down, and then he comes back in the second, and then he dominates usually second. In the third quarter, Brunson sits down. Then it's like, okay, let's monitor. Not monitor. Let's bring Cat in and let him run with that second unit, and that's when he gets busy. And those are those non-Brunson minutes. And what he has done now is, at times when he's out there, You're not so worried about Brunson being on the bench resting, like you're not, because Cat is out there just doing him. He's dominating. So the point that I'm making is the addition of him has just changed everything for us. And now when Brunson sits, I'm not worried because I know there's nobody can match up with Cat. And I'm just so excited that Mitch is back because I really, really, truly think that lineup is going to be a death lineup. It's going to be the death lineup. You heard it here first from LV. I think it's going to be the death lineup. The death lineup being Mitch, Cat at the 4, OG at the 3, either Bridges at the 2 or Josh Hart at the 2, and then you have Brunson at the 1. That's the death lineup. We have that. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And so that's the excitement that I feel. You know, the fact that Mitch is back. Because you see what Cat does, man. So tonight, I mean, he's honestly, he's unguardable, man. Because you see everybody he gives problems. He gives problems to Joker. He gives problems to all these cats. So it just changes everything, man. It truly, truly does. So, guys, take a look at the stats here, right? So the stats are nasty, okay? 43% from the field we shot. They shot 39%. Look at that. 14 for 46 from 3. They shot 19 for 48. They were 10 for 12 from the line. We were 7 for 10. I mean, the refs just didn't call any fouls tonight. So they were basically coming back from All-Star break too. Points in the paint, they were 40. We were 48. Rebounds, take a look at that, guys, on the glass. 54 to 53. And to me, where we won the game was on the fast break points. Look at that, 17 to 8. We win the fast break points. To me, and that's the ball game right there. Because everything else, points in the paint is pretty even. The rebounds are pretty even. Free throws are pretty even. We both shot terribly, right? But the fast break points are the key, 17 to 8. And I think that's huge. That's huge. And to me, that's the ball game. So I thought, all in all, I thought it was a great game, man. I thought it was a great game. And the reason why I say it was a great game is because you got to find ways to get wins in this league. Just get wins, man. Get W's. That's all that matters. That's all people care about. That is it. And I think that the Knicks were able to do that tonight, because the last thing you want, right, is to lose tonight, and then you got Cleveland tomorrow, and you got Boston Sunday. Right? So that's tough, right? That's a tough lineup. Let's be honest. That's tough to kind of go through, right? So the fact that we're able to get one tonight after coming back from the All-Star, right, which right now, what are we, 37 and 18? Let's make sure I got that correct. We're 37 and 18 now. So I think that's great. So now going up against, two of the top teams in the league. Let's be honest, right? Both away. Got to go to Cleveland. Then from Cleveland, we got to go all the way down to Boston, right? So it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. So we have to be mindful of that. I think tomorrow's going to be a litmus test. I think Josh Hart plays tomorrow. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Big win for the boys, 113 to 111. The captain, 22 points, 12 assists. I think Josh Hart comes back tomorrow. I think he's back tomorrow, and I think OG Anunoby is back tomorrow. Mitch, I don't think he's going to come back to maybe next week. I think they want him to practice some more, like get a little bit more 5-on-5 in. And so I think we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I have an article too. I have an article too. I'm gonna bring up that touches on this Josh Hart thing with this knee thing, man. This is ill. This is an ill thing. I'm gonna read it for you guys. It's from a couple of years ago when he was with the Lakers. So I'm gonna read that for you guys. Jay Supreme, LV, man, did you see what Boston did to Philly tonight? We've got to get better regarding the 3-point line. Yo, what happened tonight, man? I saw they blew them out by like 20. Way too many wide open threes tonight. If Tibbs doesn't change something, we're going to get smoked again by the C's this weekend. Yo, you know what's ill, Jay Supreme? It's a simple adjustment. It really is. What I'm seeing, right, and I saw it a couple of times today, so I know it's being coached because Josh Hart makes the same mistake, right? When Disc Grover, this is where I need the whiteboard, right? See, Disc Grover, you own the money. All right. When Boston was up by 30 on Philly tonight, dang, yeah, Boston, man. Hey guys, I'm sure you saw my video, right? Like I think Boston is at their superpowers right now, but I'm gonna touch on them in a second. All right. When the ball's on the opposite end of the court, right? This is just simple hoop stuff. I learned this when I was a kid. When the ball's on the opposite side of the court, and I've said this to you guys before, you got to watch man and ball. Like you can't be so far in the paint that you're missing the guy in the corner. Like, and this is a mistake that Josh Hart makes too. And Deuce did this a couple of times tonight. So to me, I'm thinking, just using my head. I'm just being a hooper. This is obviously being coached, right? This is obviously being coached because what's happening is on two occasions. This is another thing too, right? Now, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Big win for the boys, 113 and 111. A big cat, 32 points, 18 boards. So when the ball's on the opposite end of the court, right? So if Giddey's all the way in the corner, and who was knocking down threes for them today? Who was the big kid? He came from Sacramento. I forgot his name, man. I forget his name. Heward, or whatever his name is. Heward or Herder, whatever how you pronounce it. Sorry. And he's open on the corner. Deuce is dropping down in the paint. There's no need for him to do that. That's way out of your scope, my man. Or if the ball's at the top of the key, right? Deuce is dropping down in the paint. He doesn't have to do that. You got to watch man and ball. And they're removing themselves so far away from the man that they're totally not even paying attention to the fact that these guys can knock down threes. Del Ali, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 113 and 111. The captain, 22 points, 12 assists. So it's all about rotation. So you got to watch man and ball. You got to be between the man and ball, not in the paint. So you're leaving a huge gap. So it's easy for a guy to swing the ball right there because to him, it looks like the guy's wide open, but that's not the fact. The other guy crashed down so easily. It's unnecessary. You don't have to do that because in the way the league is today, you're gonna like no BS. You're gonna have to man up. You're gonna have to guard your man. So if the guy's getting beat on the dribble, he's gonna have to recover because I can't leave this guy in the corner wide open. So I would rather a 2 than a 3. And these guys are knocking down threes like they're layups. That's everybody in the league because they're all taking threes. Perfect example, we shot 46 threes tonight, almost 50 threes. They shot 48. So what I'm saying is you gotta identify that. But I think that's being coached because Deuce has done it on numerous occasions tonight, and I see Josh Hart do it all the time. All the time. So to me, that's tips. That's a tips thing. That's number one. Number two, they got to stop with the drop coverage. Now, if you're worried about it with Cat, I get it because Cat can't really guard nobody coming over that pick and roll. But if you're Precious or a guy like Mitch or even Akaporti, who was a defensive beast tonight, you see him, right, covering dudes at the three-point line. You got to be able to move your feet, man. So there's no reason for me to drop because if he makes a move, he tries to cross me, I could turn my hips because I'm athletic enough to guard him to when he's going to the basket, I can clean up the glass, meaning I could block the shot or get a rebound. So there's no need for Precious to drop. There's no need with an athletic big like Akaporti to drop. Even with Mitch, I saw highlights. I put highlights up there of Mitch. I forgot what he can do when he switches, the way Mitch can move his feet and run and block shots. When you try to do a layup over him, he's punching it out. He did it to Tatum a couple of times. I have it on the highlight, too, when I did a short. I kind of forgot that about Mitch, how good Mitch is defensively in that aspect. He can move his feet. So there's no need to do drop. There's no need. Because those guys can recover. They can turn their hips and pivot with the ball handle. So if you're going to run drop, you should only run it with Cat because he struggles with stuff like that. But everybody else, you shouldn't be running drop. I saw Precious doing drop a couple of times today. Then when the game was basically over in the third quarter, in the overtime, Kobe Jones comes down, pulls it from 3. Yo, Precious doesn't even put his hands up, man. I'm like, dogs, you got to put your hands up, man. What's wrong with you? Put your hand up. He just walks right into him. Dude, these guys are NBA players, man. There was a couple of dudes that came off the bench from Chicago today. I never seen these guys ever. The one kid I saw, he played for the Spurs. The other dude, I never seen him before. He's knocking down threes, man. No problem, with ease. That's how nice these dudes are. The dudes at the end of the bench. Average 35 in high school. They average 30 in high school. They probably average 17 in college. These are dudes at the end of the bench. So everybody is nice in the league. So you can't leave these dudes open from 3. So once again, I think that's something that's being coached, man. I think that's something that's being coached. Because it's an easy fix, man. It's an easy fix. Jay Supreme said, that's why I'm saying I know they got to be able to identify the shooters. Why are you packing the paint and leave a shooter wide open for 3? Come on, yo, but listen, Jay, that's why I'm saying I think that's being coached, man. I think that's being coached. I think that's a Tibbs thing, because I'm seeing Josh Hart make the same mistake. Lionel Monos, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Big win for the boys, 113 and 111. The captain, 22 points, 12 assists. So to me, that's basically what's happening. It's an easy fix, man. It's an easy adjustment. It's easy. Watch man and ball, and you got to rotate. Someone's coming off that switch. You got a couple of times I saw Campaign and Shamet and Deuce and Bridges switching off their man at the top of the key beautifully. They was trying to do that pick and roll. They was trying to come off. They were switching beautifully. Communication was there. Defense was tight tonight. I got to give the defense that. But that 3-pointers, man, them wide open threes is crazy. And then also too, a couple of times it's just communication. Like Bridges got caught. He got caught when Lonzo Ball missed a 3. Well, he missed a 3, and they were stumbling and kicking the ball out of bounds right at the end of the game. It's like they're not communicating as far as rotations. Like if my man's coming off the screen, if Bridges' man is coming off the screen, why are you chasing? Or you got to call switch, because if Precious steps up to get him, you got to get Precious's man, because that dude is popping out for the 3. So once again, you got to identify. That's where these guys are trying to get to. They're trying to get to the 3-point line. These dudes aren't picking and rolling and trying to crash down to the basket for pick and roll for a dunk. A lot of these dudes is picking, faking like they diving meaning diving to the rack. They're popping out to the 3-point line at the top of the key. You got to identify that. You got to call switch. You got to know exactly what they want to do, because that's what they want to do, man. They want to fake like they go into the paint, and then they're popping out the top of the key. This is the big man. This is the wing. This is the guard, whoever it is. So if you can't chase like that. If you go and chase, you got to call switch. You got to be switching that. And whoever is over there, Precious, Akaporte, whatever wing, Shaman, OG Anunoby's there, whatever, you're going to have to step up and guard that, because you got to protect that 3-point line. And there's too many times they're leaving that joint wide open. That's coaching, man. That's coaching. They've been making the same mistake all year. To me, that's all coaching. Hey guys, let's hear from Deuce, man. Deuce had a great night tonight, man. Great bounce back night for him, man. Great to see him. Thought he was great tonight.
Hear the crowd. So I'm wondering if you hear the crowd now.
I think I heard him tonight. Yeah. Perfect. First off, all glory to God. Appreciate the fans coming out, man. We couldn't have done it without y'all.
Now, this game was certainly about getting the offense going, but it also put a lot of pressure on the defense. Big defensive plays at the end, right there. Also, Mikal Bridges, you had 3 blocks and 3 steals in this game as well. Just talk about what it took to get that defense going in this game.
I mean, we came together as a team. We wanted to come out of an all-star break and just make sure that we were setting the defensive tone first, and we came together and got the job done.
Now, you had to start in this game. The team has a couple of injuries, and it's always next man up mentality for this team. As you're now in the post-all-star break stretch run, the focus is on the playoffs. What is now the focus with all these games coming up? Big one tomorrow against Cleveland, and then Sunday in Boston.
Yeah, definitely taking it one day at a time. We're just pushing forward, making sure we can do everything just to stay together, stay in rhythm, and bring home one for New York.
All right, well, New York, let him hear it one more time because he says he doesn't hear it during the game. Deuce McBride, Mike. 42 minutes.
Great job by Deuce tonight. Great job. I thought he was exceptional tonight. And he looked like he's back to form, right? He looked like him tonight. Defensively, he was getting after it. I talked about those adjustments defensively, but once again, I think that's a coaching thing. But all in all, I thought he was fabulous tonight. Fabulous tonight defensively. He looked like Deuce. He looked like him. A couple of them blocks he had, especially on Giddey, man. He looked fabulous, man. Going up to the rim, blocking a shot and stuff like that. I thought Deuce was back to the old Deuce. And this is the guy we're going to need in the playoffs. This is the guy we're going to need in the playoffs. We're going to definitely need that punch coming off the bench in that playoffs. I think we're definitely going to need that, especially when you have him. You have him, Precious, Mitch coming off the bench. I think that's what he's gonna go with, right? You think he's gonna go 9 deep, or you think he's gonna go 8 deep in the playoffs? What do you think Tibbs does? I think Campaign gets minutes though in the playoffs, man. I think he does. His experience, remember, he played in the finals, man. He was with that Phoenix Suns team that went to the finals, man. He played really, really well for them during that time. Bridges was there too. So, do you? What do you think he goes? You think he goes 8? You think he goes 9 in the playoffs? Because Mitch is playing. Precious is definitely playing, and so is Deuce. So that's 8. Lionel Mona said, we don't win tonight without Deuce. Agreed. Deuce was back to old Deuce tonight. Because once again, I don't think he wasn't trying to do too much tonight. Right? He wasn't trying to do too much tonight. So I thought he was attacking and just making quick decisions, and that's it. He was getting the ball in the corner, bang, pulling up for 3. Doing what he was doing last year. He wasn't trying to do too much, all that dribbling and stuff. He wasn't trying to do that. And so I thought he got back to regular Deuce, and I thought he looked really, really good tonight. Also too, man, I think they said he had the rib issue going on. I think those I think those, this week off really helped Deuce. Big Tass says we go 8 deep. This Grover says 9. Everybody counts. Yeah, man, I could see 9. I could see 9 with Duke. I could see 9 with Tibbs. I could see 9. The reason why I say I could see 9 is because I could see 9 because of the point guard minutes, right? So those non-Brunson minutes, you need somebody to run a point, and I think Campaign has earned Tibbs' trust. Remember, guys, he's been playing now a lot as of late, right? He's been playing a lot. Now, of course, he played a little bit more today because, the second half, because of the fact that, the other guys aren't there. Josh Hart, of course, OG Anunoby, right? So you got to kind of use everybody. So I get all that. But I think that because his minutes have been solid, I can see him coming in the playoffs and playing like 8 to 9 minutes or maybe 10 minutes just to give Brunson a breather, right? So I can see that. Down right, got it. Caught a couple of minutes. Yo, listen, man, he did, man. He did. Listen, he's a solid defensive guy. I thought it was smart for Tibbs to put him on the ball. I'm coming out of the timeout. So I thought that was great. Hey, big time block by Bridges tonight too, man, right? That was huge. That was huge, man. I thought he was solid tonight too, man. I thought he was solid. Offensively in the beginning, he was struggling, but I thought he came on strong like in that third quarter, like part of that fourth. He started hitting a couple of jumpers. That was when Brunson and Cat was out. And I said, okay, these are important minutes because where's the offense going to come from? And I thought Bridges got something on my face. There we go. Sorry. I thought Bridges came in big time during those minutes. Big time. Hit a couple of big time shots too. You know what I mean? Couple of fadeaways. Kept that lead like 5 or 6. And so I thought that was big during that time. Yes, the block saved the game. Yo, big task. That saved the game. Big task. But that's what I'm saying. I thought he was solid all night tonight, man. I thought defensively, I thought he was there. You know what I mean? So I thought he played huge. He played huge tonight, but that block saved the game. Then Brunson being Brunson, man. Come on, man. That's that type of the key, man. That joint was ill. That joint was ill from the top of the key, man. That's vintage him, man. And here's the thing: he had a quiet second half. He had a quiet second half. So, you know, that was big for him. All right, so let me try to segue here, but I'll touch. I was going to talk about something else, but I'll touch on this. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming to Rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys, 113 and 111. The Big Cat, 32 points, 18 rebounds. Is it time, guys, for Acapulco to get at least like 15 minutes a night? Like I'm being honest. Like, I know Mitch is coming back. I understand that, but you can have Mitch come on slow with Acapulco in the way he's been playing. Like, come on, man. How many more games are we going to be able to see this guy come out, get rebounds, the way he moves his feet defensively, blocking shots? Like, how much more? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, man. The kid was exceptional tonight. Exceptional, man. During those non-towns minutes. Exceptional, man. Rebounding, blocking shots, all those different things. He's been doing this all season, man. But Tibbs just doesn't really want to play the kid. He's gonna foul. He's gonna foul. He's a rookie. I mean, he's gonna foul. I mean, you got to understand that comes with that. It's a learning curve. But to me, all in all, man, he's been exceptional, man. Exceptional. Coach says Acapulco can play if Cat plays more power forward. Listen, man, why not, Coach? They did it tonight. He did it tonight. Coaches, but he'll not get 15 minutes. Yo, listen, I know that, Coach, but I'm just saying I think he deserves that, man. The kid is a really, really good ball player, man. Really good ball player. How many minutes he played tonight? Yo, he played 17 minutes tonight, man. 2 points, 5 rebounds, 1 block, 4 defensive, 1 offensive. Yo, man, those are solid numbers, man, for a guy that barely plays. You know, I'm just being honest with you, man. Like, the more I watch this kid play, the more it frustrates me as to why he wasn't playing more. It makes no sense at all. Because every time he goes out there, he flashes something. Right? Like he does. Like it's not out there he looks lost. I never feel that way about him. I feel like he's a solid player and he's going out there and he's playing really hard. That's what I feel about the kid. Like I've never went out there and I'm like, okay, he doesn't know what he's doing. Never. He always goes out there and he's making wild plays. I remember when he played the Cavs, man. He played the Cavs and he had that put back on Mobley. And they called it an offensive foul, which was insane. Remember that? Banged it on Mobley's neck. Remember that? And we was like, yo. And after that game, the kid never saw the court again. That's what's insane about this. I saw on Ant's chat, right? Leon Rose needs to circle the wagons around the Big Mermaid. I firmly believe he's going to be huge for us in the future. Agree. CC, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys, 113 and 111. The captain, 22 points, 12 assists. This Grover says, and he's just getting started. Agreed. Coach says, I think Huck will be a rotation player next year. I think he gets precious spot, and they let him walk. Ooh, you think they're gonna let Precious? You think they're gonna let Precious walk, Coach? Precious is done. This is his last year with the Knicks. I don't know, man. I think Precious comes back, man. I think Precious comes back. Corey Lindsay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for them boys, 113 and 111. Deuce, 23 points tonight. Coach says, I think Huck might have a jumper. I don't know, man. I haven't really seen much. He's a left-handed. He's a lefty, though, man. I haven't really seen like offensively anything. You know, he dunks and stuff like that. But I haven't really. He had a little floater today, but he hasn't really shown any post moves. But once again, you know, no fault of his own. He hasn't really had time to show anything. So, you know. CC says Huck came in more polished. Coach says they can't play in 15 minutes because that will up his value, and they don't want to pay. So, Coach, so we playing politics here, right? That's what this is. It's all politics, Coach. It's all politics. This Rover says they 100% got to throw more lobs for him. He's been open for multiple times during the game. Yo, agreed. The lob has been there for him. Coach says, what are you paying Precious to keep him? Yo, Precious is earning some money, man. He's earning some money. But I thought he earned money last year, man. There wasn't really a market for him. But I think there's going to be a market out there for him now because of the high demand for these fours and these fives. These fours that can play fives, and they can play a four that can guard a three. Like Precious is interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? So that's valued in this league now because of the second apron and stuff like that. So I can see where the Knicks. But I think. But if someone mentioned last time, I didn't look it up, but I think we have his bird rights with Precious. So you know, there's a good chance we could wind up keeping him a little longer. So see what happens. Hey guys, let's listen to tips, man. Let's hear what the coach has to say about tonight's game. Let's listen to
the normal routine would be to play every other day, and you get into a rhythm on that. And then when there's a break from that rhythm, and sometimes it's you get 2 days off or you get 3 days in a row, and it just throws you off. So I think everyone faces that same challenge, and then you have to get going right away. And that's the challenge. How quickly can we adapt? So we're walking into a back-to-back coming out of the break. That's how we finished. Same thing. So whatever's in front of us, just find a way to get it done. And so we had some moving parts in this game, and in the end, just find a way to win. And I was proud of the way that found a way to win the game in the end.
A couple of defensive plays, Bridges at the end of regulation.
Yeah, big time.
And then I guess Landry at the end, just kind of what you saw.
Yeah. Landry had some good plays. I thought Precious gave us some really good plays defensively. Cat had some timely shots. Deuce big time shots. And then Mikhail had a stretch to start the fourth. That group that started the fourth, I thought, gave us a good lift as well. So, we need everyone. We're shorthanded, so margin of error is tight. But go out there, play as hard as you can, and just find a way to win. And that's what I think we did tonight.
How important was it for Deuce? Not even just to put the ball in the basket. I think 3 steals, 3 blocks, just kind of doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And a couple times, I felt I think there was one time where it was going back and forth. It was pretty tight. And then we scored a couple buckets in a row, and he got the steal on top of it and put us up 6. And it sort of gave us energy, and I think that was big for us. And he's given up size, but he's a fierce competitor. He battles, and a lot of good plays from him. And I thought Ariel gave us good minutes as well.
How valuable can that be for Deuce, for Precious, to get these extended minutes? Like how can that pay off?
Yeah, I think everything is valuable. Whatever your circumstances are, whether you're playing 35 minutes, whether you're playing 20, whether you're not playing. I thought DeLon went in did a good job for just a couple possessions, right? And you need everybody. So anytime a player can get minutes, and if they're not in the rotation or they're not playing a lot, it takes a lot to stay ready. And these guys have put a lot of work into that, and I think it's important. You never know when you're called upon, and to get in there and get the job done, that's huge.
Tom, you mentioned the back-to-back. I mean, the last time you guys played Cleveland, you guys were kind of both teams finding themselves, third game of the season or something like that. Talk about the challenges that they present, and with the new addition and how they might have changed.
Yeah, no, obviously the records, tells you how good they are. They're having a heck of a season. So we're going to have to go in and play 48 minutes of great basketball. So we understand what we're going to have to do to go in there. So, but they're a terrific team.
All right, so that was Coach. That was Coach talking about the team and how well they've been playing, man, how well they played today. Thought it was great that he touched on Deuce, man. Talked about the fact about how, he is, he's small, man. He's a small guy, but he's fierce. He's a fierce competitor, and that's what we love, Deuce. But what I loved that he talked about was Deuce's energy, right? And I think that's huge because that's what we're going to need to come off the bench, especially in the playoffs. Like, so for me, that's how I look at it. Like, these are all just stacking days and stacking wins up and confidence builders, right? Because this is what you got to kind of put in the database, right? To where you understand you've been here before, you know how to win, like you know how to win tough games. You won tough games before. And then for a guy like Deuce, he knows the confidence that he's built from last year coming into this year now. So now when the playoffs roll around, because that's how I'm thinking about. Guys, you understand, there's only today was 27. There's like 27 games left. The season's basically over. So my thing is like, all right, well, what do we need to do to get better, to get ready for April, March, and May? I mean, excuse me, April, March, and May. April, May, and June, right? What are we going to do to get ready for that? Because that's what we're playing for. That's what we're playing for. To get out of the second round, right? That's the key. Now, based on everything, as we know, we're going to probably want to play in Boston. But the reality is, how can we get better to where we get back to where we were last year in the playoff second round, and we could play better, and we can, slay the dragon and move on to the next round, to the Eastern Conference Finals, and possibly maybe, the finals, right? So what do you need to do? You got to have days like this. You know what I mean? Especially for a guy like Deuce coming in, being active, man. I thought he was sensational tonight. So we need that same type of energy, that same type of effort that he provides coming off the bench, because there's going to be certain nights where Brunson may not have it. Right, we saw it the other night in Indiana. Right, he's not going to have it. So you're going to need a guy like Deuce to come in and kind of spark the team, provide that spark like he does. And I think through that, it'll kind of wake up the team. We can kind of pull out a victory based on what he did. Like tonight, we won't won a game without Deuce. Deuce had 23. So I think it's very important to identify what he does, what his skill set is, and I think through that, it can help propel us, down the line. Great words by the coach, man. Okay. This Grover says, I want to see Delon play real minutes on the court. I want to see if Tibbs can squeeze the last amount of basketball out of him. Moneyball style, our David Justice. Look at that. Just Knicks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Big win for them boys, 113-111. The Big Cat, 32 points, 18 rebounds. But great win tonight, guys. Great win. I thought it was all in all, it was great. I thought it was huge. The one issue that I have is that I didn't really agree with the fact that in the fourth quarter, I didn't like the fact that they didn't go through Towns when Cat and Brunson came back in the game. Like, Cat was cooking that third quarter. He had 20 points in that third, man. 20. So when he's back in the game, they got the same dudes out there guarding him. Why wouldn't you feature him? If they double Cat, then swing it. I thought Brunson was making a lot of slow decisions with the Rock, man. And, like causing turnovers. When a double comes, swing at the Cat right away. He tries to make another pass sometimes. That's not. Make the easy pass, man. That was my only frustration with Brunson. But I don't know why they weren't trying to feature Cat. He was dominating tonight, man. Dominating. So once again, right? I don't want to sound like a broken record, but once again, this comes back to the coach, man. And I like Tibbs. I think he's doing a good job this year. But what I'm saying is that certain moments like that, you got to tell Brunson and everybody else on the team, because of the way Cat's playing, there's no one out here that can check him. Vucevic can't guard him. We're going through Cat. If we went through Cat, we would have won the game in the regular regulation. We wouldn't have had to go to overtime. But the fact that we're trying to do extra stuff, man, go through Cat. That's it. That's it. He's going to be the focal point. There's no one that could check him. He's dominating. When a double comes, Cat swing it. That's it. It's very simple, man. This game is not hard. So that was like my real frustration coming towards like the end of the game, right? And I just was like, yo, why are they not giving Cat the ball, man? Why aren't they featuring him? Like what's going on? Tibbs, you got to call a timeout. And you got to say, yo, man, look, this is what we're doing. That's it. They couldn't stop it. And if they come in double, you're swinging into open shooters. Deuce was knocking it down tonight. Brunson is deadly. Bridges started getting it going in that beginning of that fourth. So once again, put the pressure on them by giving it to Cat. Let's win the game, pack them up, and send them packing. So I was really confused with that. But once again, to me, that comes back down to coaching, man. All right, guys. So listen, let me ask everybody a question, man. Really quick. Everybody, appreciate everybody coming through Rocking with LV Live tonight, man. It's truly a big win for the boys. So listen, if you can, just make sure you hit that like button for me, please. Question I have. Are you guys concerned about Josh Hart and his knee? Are you guys worried? Are you guys nervous about it? Are you unsure? Because he's been dealing with this all year. All year. So I found something here that I wanted to pull up for you guys, man. Everybody in here. This Rover says, nah, man, it's runner's knee. This Rover, man, I don't know, man. I think I have something here that I want to share with you guys really quick. Okay, let me see here. Let me go to stream here. Share. I gotta share it with you guys here, man. I gotta share this with you because I'm a little concerned. So let's go down here. I'm gonna read. So this is back when he was with the Lakers, right? So this was 2019, March actually of 2019. So it says Josh Hart undergoes knee surgery, out for 12 weeks with an injury. But then it comes back and says Josh Hart underwent a successful ultrasonic debridement procedure on his right knee patella tendon this morning. He's expected to make a full recovery and return to basketball activities approximately 12 weeks. Right? So basically what it is that Josh back then in January of that year, 2019, he said that his problems with his knee tendonitis date back to his collegiate career with the Villanova Wildcats, but he believed this season's issues could be traced to not taking enough time off last season. Josh says, I think it's just everything this summer, right? Didn't really take too much time off during the summer, did summer league and took a week off, and I was right back in the gym, so I didn't really let my body rest too much during the summer when you're supposed to let your body rest, right? So this is what Josh talked about back when he was with the Lakers, right? And so I went and I did some digging today, man, because man, this has been going on with him since Villanova, man. This is going back to college. So he had to go and get the surgery, right, for the patella tendon or whatever, to fix whatever tendonitis he's going through. But then it was like he had to go back in because it was a tendon, a knee tendon that he had to get fixed because it was kind of like bothering his knee. So this is an issue here, guys. Now, we can easily chalk this up. It's like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like, it's not a big deal of it. Like he'll be good. My man, he's been going through this since college, man. He's been going through this since college. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, the guy is mentioning that he's fine. You saw him today on the bench. He was chilling. There was no issues. Josh Hart seemed like he was being Josh Hart. But I'm just a little worried because he got surgery on it back when he was with the Lakers. And it seems like the same problems are popping up now. He was out for a whole week. A whole week. So now, he needs another day off. So I don't know. Now, okay, once again, right? Let's put things in perspective here, right? There's a back-to-back. They got Cleveland tomorrow, and they got Boston on Sunday. So this could be strategic by Tibbs and his team to kind of say, okay, listen, we had a back-to-back. Let's not bring Josh back today. Kind of similar to OG and Obi. Let's not bring him back today. Let's bring him back for Cleveland. We're going to need him for Cleveland, and we're going to need him for Boston. It makes sense, right? It does. So I can understand that. But he's been dealing with this knee like all year, man. So my concern is that this is like an old injury because he had surgery on it back in 2019, and it's been something he's been dealing with since college. This is an old injury that's kind of popping its head up a bit now, right? To where he's having some issues with that knee. So it's something to monitor. It's something to monitor. What say you? Is anybody here concerned? Is anybody concerned? Is anybody worried about this? But see, I said, I think that's serious. Right. Big Tassity thinks it's serious, man. This Grover says, my fears were my sports medicine doctor on right who currently diagnosed JV and OG's recent year, man. I don't want to listen to them dudes, man. Them guys that be going on there talking. I don't really listen to those guys, man. Some of them know what they're talking about, some of them don't. But what I'm saying is he's been dealing with this since college, man. So yes, it's a concern, but obviously it was a big enough concern the way he felt the need, like, yo, I should get surgery on this. Right? So now it's like, he's obviously been okay he was with how long was he with the Pelicans for? 2 years? 3 years? How long was he with Portland for? About 2 years. So he was with the Portland and the Pelicans, let's say a total of 5 seasons, right? And he seemed okay. He's been with us now for what? 2 seasons he's been with us? This is season number 3, right? That he's with us, right? Is this season number 3 or is this season number 2? No, this season number 3, right? It's season number 3 that he's been with us. So 2.5 because he came mid-year, right? Mid-season with the trade. And so now it's starting to pop its head up with this injury, right? I don't know, man. Is it something that he might have to kind of get looked at during the summer? Right. How many more years do you think he has left, guys? I think he turns 30 this year. I think he turns 30 this year. How old is Josh Hart? I think he's 29. Yeah, Josh Hart's 29, man. So, how many more years does he have left, really? You know what I'm saying? So, we got to see. Knees are nothing to play with. Big Taz said, I'm worried because I don't trust the Knicks reports, LV. They've lied to us every time. Agreed. That's a great point. It's a great point. Nammer says stop the no-look passes as well. Too many errors. Agreed. That's a great point, Nammer. Agreed. Agreed. Hey, listen, man, look, I feel like he'll be back tomorrow. Once again, I saw him on the bench. He was chilling with his crew. Josh Hart, right? Scowling at the refs. Because the refs didn't call anything tonight. Once again, it was only 22 free throws altogether between both teams. We shot 10, they shot 12. They didn't call anything. Like it was a bloodbath down there. So I thought all in all, it was an evenly called game. But Josh Hart didn't think so. He was scowling on the sideline, looking at the ref like, yo, come on, man, make the right call. Corbin Linder says, LV, man, Josh Hart will be okay. Optimism there for everybody, man. That's good. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. But I think he'll be back tomorrow, and I think he'll definitely be back Sunday against Boston. All right, guys, listen, let me get up out of here. Listen, that's my show. I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight, man. Big win for them boys, 113 and 111. The Big Cat, 32 points, 18 rebounds. The captain, Jalen Brunson, 22 points, 12 assists. Deuce poured in 23, which was huge to help propel the Knicks tonight, 113 and 111. All right, that's my show. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through and you're watching this on the replay, gang, please subscribe to the channel or leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right, people. So listen, I'll be back tomorrow to discuss that Cleveland Cavaliers game. So please come through and check out the show. All right. So listen, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.